Oh, what is up, everyone? Inori back at it again with an in-depth a jungle video. This one, I'm going to show you one of the best AP junglers in the game right now, Elise. So we're going to be playing on the new patch with all the item changes, and a big standout for me personally is Elise jungle. I think she's really strong. Very important things to know about Elise. She's an extremely broken level 3 jungler. For pathing, you always want to kind of play for a level 3 gank. If not, you do a pseudo full clear as well. Here, I'm going to probably start red buff because I just don't think it's going to be that easy to gank top side. Here, you want to start W level 1, and 127, you press W just to kind of get it going early, because your W will last 3 seconds when you activate it. Your spiderlings, you don't want your spiderlings to tank when you're farming early, because you want your spiderlings to be alive. So Elise got a lot of buffs, and in my opinion, she's extremely broken right now if she's played correctly. So big thing is, when you transform, you get a bunch of new set of skills. Q is a single target current health damage ability. So as you're walking to camps, you want to switch forms to kind of like the human form, just for the Q and W start on camps. So here we're going to switch forms again to kill the big ones with AoE. So important thing to know is when you go spider form, you get a lot of movement speed. You're going to be way faster. So you always want to move with spider form and then use your spells in human form first when you're going to jungle camps, especially early game. It's just very important. Your W is an auto attack reset, so always want to utilize that. A big thing I always say is utilize your auto attack resets. This game I'm against Viego, a broken jungler. We're going to have to be very careful about him. What I think is, I think mid is definitely killable. And I think I can kill if her E is on cooldown. So what I'm going to do is actually look to one-shot her. I think she's one-shottable. Problem about this champion, Aurora, is her E ability. So what I'm going to do is just kind of wait for it. Unfortunately, it's impossible to kill. So here I know Viego's on red side, so I'm not going to contest that at all. I'm just going to play the kind of chunk here. They're actually trolling really hard here. I was able to trade for the kill there, which is honestly not that bad. It may not be perfect, but we do take that. So Elise is really broken with Sork Boots. You always want to kind of itemize for Sork Boots. I think they're actually fine here. It's really good they're able to get their summoner spells. And I'm going to try to go back to bot side and look to fight. I think it's actually quite good to fight here if we can get the group going. And this game we're going to be playing in Masters ELO. We want to make sure we're able to kind of see what's going on. And also play around what's going on. So here I make sure they're not all my bot crab. And here I'm going to go farm and just do my jungle camp. So we did a 3 camp. Unfortunately, mid kind of gets killed. So I'm actually a little behind from that. So what we have to do is farm and farm our way back. So here I'm going to just get the blue buff low enough to smite. I'm going to start the next camp. And in this situation, I really need to not mess up my next gank. I wouldn't say I messed it up last time, but it's just unfortunate to not get the ball going early game. And if you try to over gank, you're always going to fall behind. So you don't really want to fall into that trap. Ball wave is somewhat frozen, but unfortunately, we didn't really play around the wave as well as we should have. Melissa will be easy for us to kill. She does have barrier. That's also why she was able to live there. I was hoping we would have been able to kill her earlier, but barrier is very tanky. Here, I really need to get my second response. After this, you're always kind of free to play much more, I would say, aggressive afterwards. Here, I want to see if he's on the crab timer. He is. Also, just want to get a war down. Maybe he's fightable at this time. He might have to go for his Gromp here. His second camps. I had to have Echo move, so I want to utilize Echo push to sort of play for, you know, potentially a gank on him here. So here we actually do have him. Remember, he has no flash from earlier, so we should be able to kill here. We're just going to repel the damage here and get the Q off for the damage kill right there. So you can always reset the timer on the fights with your repel. That's a big thing you can always utilize. But at least her W, her spiderlings heal every time she autos when you're in spider form. So you always can heal by switching forms, like what I'm just about to do right now. And you can easily heal up quite fast. Death timers are short, but they're not as short as they used to be. So here I'm going to most likely base and just look for a base timer here. He may face check me here, so I might be ready to fight. I'm going to reset again. I really want to play around this area. I don't want to give up this area. Mostly because... and I want to play for Void Grubs. Her R being down is huge. I was respecting it quite a lot. But it looks like he's on Dragon. So if I see the Dragon, it gives me a lot of confidence that she's on Dragon because Callista's moving the other way. Bard, why did Bard go inside there? I don't know. But here I'm going to focus on farming. I'm going to look, see if topside is diveable. At least you do want to play very aggressive if you can. It's always going to be beneficial for you if you can get, you know, your plays going. Get the ball going as well. Here, this is definitely a kill, so I'm going to make my way there. I do have repel, so I'm just going to repel if I need to. Very nicely done. There is one Void Grub left, so the repel on Elise is crucial. It's a reset. What the hell? It is a reset of the fight. You wait for your Q cooldown. You can click on people, or you can click again to sort of, you know, just fall on the position. Here we always want sword boots. And then we're going to be going into this item with a dark steel, not a tier. Dark seer and a pink ward. So it's really good for us. And what we're going to do is transform and just keep running on our way. On our good old way. And I do want to get this crab timer. I did need to reset because I had a lot of gold. Aurora is a bit of an annoying champion. She could be here. So I just have to make sure she's not here. What I'm going to do is actually just pink this area. I'm completely okay with them having dragon. In fact, you know, it is expected that they will get the dragon. What I'm going to do is actually ward here to see if Volibear timer. And Volibear is an easy kill, but I'm going to finish the grubbies and then we can look for the Volibear kill. Here is just a very easy target. If that hit, it was a little unsuspecting speed on that. We're able to get away off that. I mean, Aurora went in. You just always want to play really cautious when you're playing Elise. You have insane, you know, mobility. You have your cocoon. And a big thing about hitting your cocoon is, well, you do want to hit it, but it's not like you have to hit it, right? But the big thing is just don't throw your cocoon randomly. Try to really think about where the enemy is trying to move, and also try to just wait for enemy team to hit CC. A big way that can reward you a lot when you're playing Elise is just wait for your team to CC first. And if you do that, you're going to guarantee that the cocoon will hit. Whatever's happening around the map, do not concern yourself. All you need to focus on is your own plays. My own play would be to, you know, kill a potential Volibear who's no flash, who's most likely easy to kill. This is something we do want to prioritize. So what I'm going to do is we're just going to smite him and wait a bit. Then once we hit the cocoon here, we can go in with the tower, repel, and then E right after. Elise is the queen of tower diving by far. And you just have to be willing to tank tower first. So if you're tanking tower on Elise, you can wait for 2 to 3 tower shots and then repel. And it will reset the tower aggro to attack minions or to attack another champion near you. So there I saw Viego on the minimap basing. So that means I have a good amount of time to just finish at least these two camp. He's still basing, so I'm in a really good spot. And Volibear actually has no R, so what we can do is, funny enough, is actually kill him again. So I'm just gonna wait. That was my mistake for missing that cocoon. I should have hit him faster. Cocoons have not been on point, but it's all good. And here you can see they're all rotating, so that's bad news for us. We definitely don't want to be here anymore because the Thresh is moving. Thresh is a problem, so I'm going to base and buy my item. So Lichbane, the build path is a bit different now. You want to go into the Broad. So we're going to go into the Broad here. Just buy like this little ability haste token. Your build, straightforward, really broken. Lichbane is super good. After all the item nerfs, Lichbane is a winner. And also Storm Surge is actually extremely good right now. So I always go Lichbane into Storm Surge into Zhonya's. Oh my god. That's sort of like my go-to build. Here I'm 100% going to kill her with Repel. It's just so easy to kill these kind of like ranged champions. They're super squishy. Just Repel on them. And then boom, smite them, Q. And just right click. And after you do your combo of what I just did, you know, you Repel, Q, auto attack. You can always switch forms again, go for a cocoon potentially, go for a Q and go for a W. So there's a lot of form changing going on with her. You have to be very willing to kind of like transform change a lot on her. Jin's shots were a little curved, I'll admit a bit. So here, that was really good play for us. By the way, Elise is... You can always repel again. Maybe that wasn't worth it. I thought I could get the kill off before. I may have trolled a bit. I do have my Lich Bane though. Very, very cost efficient there. And she somehow died. Very cool. So Veigar's very broken right now. Triforce on him is really broken. But Elise is very good into Viego. So you can always play around that kind of stuff. He wants to kind of like execute you. You have a lot of mobility. Your repel is everything on her too. Just respect when your repel is down, you have no survivability. You can use it to jump around so much. It's extremely broken. She's very killable right now, so I just want to kind of play around that. Fuck, how do I get hit by that? That was my bad. I should have just not got stunned by Viego. I could have flashed out easily. I was so close to level up. That would have been rude, by the way. But I'm really strong, even though in that situation. I had to kind of do what I did, but I should have waited in the brush. Because I should have thought maybe Viego would cross there. That could have been an easy pick for us. We should have played around that a bit. But I'm extremely strong, but I just... It's all about crowd control. If you get CC'd, there's a lot of, you know, risk involved in that. I really hate Aurora. I do not like that champion. Zero. The big thing about Elise buffs were her cocoon and her E gives her true sight and her other abilities as well. This guy is pretty much asking to die. If Aatrox doesn't solo kill, I'm pretty much here. Let's go Q, auto. Your Q does not apply Lich Bane, but your Spider Form Q does. So just always remember that. Here I just want to see if Veigo's on Gromp. If he's already done Gromp. Is he looking to kill me on Herald? We'll see in a second. Nope. So I'm just going to check the camp timers and look to maybe start Herald here. The thing I'm worried about now is Aurora coming. Whenever you're on an objective as Elise, it's actually kind of really dangerous because you're sort of looking for the element of surprise. You always want to kind of be in brushes, picking people off, one-shotting them. But definitely don't over-farm on her. Like, if you're ganking and farming, that's fantastic, but do not prioritize farming over, like, being proactive on the map. Like, you always want to find opportunities. Your team will always, there are liabilities. I'm in trouble. I should not help them. That's hindsight 2020. Should not have helped my team there. I'm on the Herald, yet they're contesting bot side fight for no reason. Very, very unfortunate. I'm still extremely strong, so I want to utilize my power by, you know, being in areas we can kind of push our advantage. Lanes, bot lane is really a problem. Mid lane is also a bit of an issue. Our top side is winning, obviously, so we do want to capitalize on playing on top side. I went bot side because Aatrox CP'd, but, you know, hindsight, we probably just took his top side up. Problem is, when your team is starting to lose in this situation, your team might fall into a lot of nasty traps. Oh, it's a party, baby. I got a cocoon ready, don't worry. Oh, it's a triple kill. What did I say? What did I say? Believe in Inori. Believe in me, because that's just what happens. I do have Rip Herald. I do want to use it on mid lane. I'm probably going to ride it in here. Just going to drop a bit of wards. And I got 3 Void Grubs. Objectives are really important. This game we weren't able to kind of get any dragons. Sometimes that's just kind of how it goes. Get mid tower, very good for catching up in games like this. Getting 3rd dragon is important. So you always want to ping your team on these objective timers. I have enough for Storm Surge. I'm going to go into Zhonya's next. So I need to get... I do not want them to get an Earthdrake. This Bard is very, very much a liability. If they chase really far, it's good, but I doubt they will. I'm just trying to get level 11 because I'm pretty much 1 camp away. And I need to get level 11 and then we have to group up for drag. So pretty much the area is contested. It means it's dangerous for us to walk in. We have no vision. Enemy team showed that they were there. I should have bought maybe 1 pink here, but honestly, they're kind of trolling with this Viego. He might walk here. So we can actually just kill him. Very good. Need a reset. Man, I just got slowed last second. I would have killed this thing. I hate Aurora so much. It's like you can't even see her spells like when you're fighting. It just comes out of nowhere and hits you. I think they win that. She has no abilities left. I hit my cocoon on her. She was dead. My cocoon wasn't the best. I do regret that. This is really awkward for my item though, because I'm just going to save my money. I need to finish my jungle item. But even though he has MR or whatever, picks aren't really... Elise is really broken because MR building like Mertress got nerfed really hard. Magic Pen is actually really strong for, you know, how cheap it is compared to other stats in the game. So there's a lot of wins for AP junglers that build, you know, Magic Pen heavy item. You're dead, buddy. No! I thought he would kill Bard with her ring. But she dies anyways. I mean, huge Jane. Listen, what you need to understand when you play junglers that are, you know, maybe more gank oriented, you create your team's power. Like this Aatrox was able to become a god due to your impact. So my ganks, a lot of my power or my early game focus went into Aatrox and it went into snowballing him, right? And that's a big thing about Elise. You really should get one lane ahead. This game, I fumbled a lot because I overcompensated by going bot. Going mid in situations where there really wasn't that easy ganks. I should have kept going top, steal Viego's jungle. That's what we're going to go over in the review. And I'm going to just go over a lot of things that really could have been better for us, right? You know, the game is all about understanding things you could do better, not really blame your team for the mistakes that they are bound to make. This game, this could go nasty if the enemy team rotates first. I have to really respect that. But it doesn't look like they're in the area, so what do I want to do is actually play top side. Aatrox should just get the wave. I don't think anyone's here. This guy wants to fight mid or something. I just think he should have just got the waves. It's kind of crazy moving this far. I guess we're going. Listen, if we're going, we better go. Oh, she messed up there. Oh, you done messed up? You done messed up, girl? And that's a Baron angle. I love this Aatrox. But you can see your damage is insane. Cocoon placement. But if you get hit by CC, the spider becomes the Widow. Here we just do Baron. Always, you know, QW before you go in. The thing about Elise Q is if you cast your human W, your Q will pretty much throw your spider at the monster. So if I W, my W is this way, I Q, pretty much goes in that direction. Runes want to burn it down here. You can repel Q right after. Do not know where Viego went. I guess he's dead. It was just his E. I still have repel. A bit sloppy in that Baron fight. I should have been more aware of my positioning and stuff like that. And even though Kalista's super fed, super ahead of the game, look how much MR she's forced to build. They're pretty much both going Wits End, which honestly is a pretty bad item now. Doesn't really snowball the way you think it would. Here we always want to go into Zhonya's and then most likely Void. There are situations where instead of Zhonya's we'd go Shadow Flame. This would be the case if I am the only AP. Because Echo is AP and the enemy team can easily build MR, we don't really want to do that. Also, this Viego, a big mistake we're going to talk about is he did not go Merctress. A big counter to Elise is Merctress, especially as support who builds it, because Tenacity is the only thing. Tenacity is just very broken against my only crowd control ability. My Cocoon, the stun really goes up as you put points into it. It goes up to 2.4 second stun. So here, really important, Zhonya's is a number 2, so always want to press Zhonya's mostly in situations where I'm going to be in spider form. If you press QW in spider form like this and then Zhonya's, pretty much what happens is your spiderlings will still attack and they do a lot of damage. Late game, people will die to this combo a lot. Just always practice and remember it. So here I'm going to walk up because I'm looking for a repel on anyone. A Cocoon. Here I do have repel ready. Ooh, I couldn't get that Zhonya's off. No, wait, that was a bit dicey. I was hoping we could... I mean, that Bard already ulti was just terrible. He didn't have to Bard ulti. I had repel. We could easily chase down the Blitzing Killer. But that's the Bard. That's a part of Bard, you know? It's very hit or miss. And yeah, Storm Surge is very good right now. The stats it gives for the price. 15 Magic Pen, less movement speed, but better in every way possible. It's just very good. Shadow Flame did get nerfed. Even though Shadow Flame was broken before, Storm Surge was bad before. Shadow Flame is good now, but Storm Surge is OP now, right? So it's just it's just more expensive and they just lowered the value while this item is like the same price. But they just made it stronger, right? So it's very, very cost efficient. And jungle, it's all about being cost efficient. And this game gives you really good snowball potential with the Lich Bane. Movement speed plus movement speed. Shadow Flame, yeah, some cases I do go it in third item. Also, flash, you can actually flash Cocoon now. So that's something I'm going to try to show you guys in this situation. Is actually the flash Cocoon. I hate Viego camouflage. In that situation, you probably like, Inori, were you really why were you going in there? That's so brave. I actually would have killed Viego if I had vision. I lost vision last second, but if I kept walking up, I easily could have been a kill right there. Which sounds incredibly shocking, but you don't want to underestimate the spider goes down. This position is a bit spicy, but I think it's okay. So close yet so far. Here I'm just gonna go in here. I'm gonna Zhonya, spy lot time. Easily can repel after too. Go back and restart the fight. Just keep going in and out. Really want to emphasize on that. It's all about in and out play style. It sounds insane, but you have to just, it's all about in and out. And also shout out in and out. I love their burgers. Even though I'm low, remember you can always heal by autoing in spider form. W does a lot of damage, as you can see. We don't have to fight here. Aurora needs to die. She's pretty much the only damage on the enemy team comp. Volibear is pretty useless. So you have pretty much two get out of jail free cards. You have your Zhonya's and your Repel. So if your Zhonya's is down, your Repel's is your only way to really reset or get out. So remember, those are your two defensive survivability spells. Cocoon does help, but to avoid damage, you rely heavily on repelling to reset, buy time. And also Zhonya's, which is quite a long cooldown, so if you double fight like I just did, it will not be up. Situation, we always want to sell our Dark Seal, go into the Void that we like. I actually think just straight up Void is better now. I don't know, they nerfed the other one. It's hard to say. But yeah, this was, you know, my Elise jungle. I really enjoyed playing her. I think she's really strong, so I'm going to be making more videos about her. And I hope you guys liked the video. Be sure to like, subscribe if you haven't already. I'm going to be doing a little bit of an extra VOD review after, so if you want to stick around and see me go over a bit of the... So now we're going to be going over the Elise game we just played, and I'm going to go over everything you need to know that is important to talk about. So for starters, this game, we did start red side, and we did a level 3 play that didn't really go as well as we hoped. So let's see what could have been different. So here in this situation, do we have vision on Viego? So the answer is no, we don't know exactly. Actually, we do have good vision. So we know he's on this side of the map. So in my head, I was thinking, you know, this is a volatile situation. This is a situation where if I could have got there earlier, it would have been great. But there is no hope if the Echo just all-ins and fails his all-in, right? This, not jungle fault, lane fault. But my mistake was trying to, you know, set up a play on this thing. Because once you get a kill, her W resets. And I pretty much can't chase her down with her W reset. So this is what we call is wasting time. I wasted time here. Just wasted time. Not good. And what wasting time does is sets up the enemy ball lane who can push. And by that push, they can just kind of come and make their play. Good thing is Kalista thought, you know, she could fight me. And, you know, just a bad play by her overall. This flash might have been greedy, though. If I flashed sooner, maybe it would have been worth it. But sad because I flashed and lost vision. It does amount for me to get the kill, but, you know, I don't want this 1-for-1. I wanted more, and that just didn't really happen. But all in all, this is fine. This stuff is definitely playable. In a situation like this, you just want to go back on the map. Say, okay, early game, didn't go as planned. Reset, farm up. Farm. A big thing I need to emphasize for you all is farm up in these situations. When you fall behind, don't dip and double down and go crazy. Don't invade the guy's jungle here. Just farm. That's exactly what we did. And by farming, what did we do in this situation? We sell you the Viego off of the information that we have. And a big thing, the only reason I do this play, first of all, because I am slightly behind, is because Echo has first push mid. First push mid is pretty much insurance that I'm not going to get rotated on by the Aurora because she wants to catch his wave. In this situation, Cocoon hits. Let's watch that again because this was actually a beautiful play. And, you know, Cocoon hits, repel, just auto, wait for this to get low, Q smite. At least Q smite execute on jungle camps. Her spider form Q does a lot of damage. And here, I pretty much auto as much as possible. And once I kind of feel like my Q is going to be back up in time, I repel, reset, auto Q, switch forms Q, right? You can switch forms and recast a lot of your spells after you get your Q off. It's really about using all your spells when you need to. And that's a huge win for us. This really got us back into the game. And then the game kind of slowed down for a bit. We were able to kind of snowball the Volibear, get a couple kills here, always a win. In this situation, we talked about is, okay, you know, bot side's losing. Should I help the losing lane? On a champion like Elise, if this guy's impossible to kill, you can think about helping the losing lane, but most of the time, just help the other side. If the enemy jungle is bot and their bot side is stronger, do what I'm doing here is, you know, easily pick off the Volibear, pick on the weakling, just really snowball and play off of that information. That's going to help you dramatically. And then eventually you're going to have these opportunities where people like this Kalista who gets insanely fed and gives it all away because, well, she's greedy and she pushes a wave in. And, you know, this is just a free kill for me. Nothing tricky about it. You press Q, W, she flashes like an absolute joke. There's no way you're getting out of this. I'm literally full. I could transform and use all my spells while autoing her down. So you can see these things will come to you. And here's another great play. I'm kind of fishy about what's going on here. So I always kind of pull the Gromp a bit towards the right side because easily can escape and go right. So here, I'm not panicking, right? I'm not repelling. I'm not doing anything. I know this is bad for them. I want them to go on me. So I'm kind of baiting them in a bit. And once I see this, it's go time. I obviously Q and steal that. And here I just E early because E, if it travels, it's going to hit. So here you just E, perfectly timed. And really just solid plays overall. And this is where I was in a really dominant position. I would say when we rotated to try to help mid was where it kind of went wrong. So here, this is where I said I felt like I regretted a lot of trying to help my team here. My team, they went for the dragon, like a random fight here. I had Herald. You know, right here, this is a bad fight. I should have saw it was a bad fight. I should have just done the blue. There's really nothing for me to do. Me going in here was crazy. I saw a chance to hit Aurora, but it was just crazy because Aurora, you know, she transforms, she does all that. Really bad play here. It really slowed down the game. But overall, you know, I think recovery-wise, we were able to kind of recover off this triple play. And like I said, every bad play leads to a possible good play, right? Because enemy teams always fumble the bag, right? They're always going to make mistakes. So just be optimistic and look what it can get you, right? Easily kill the cocoon. Just stay spider form, wait a bit, but repel and then chase her down. Here she's actually quite strong, so I have to like refight, right? Transform, look for angles, loop around, and then beautifully done right here. And these are like the big things about Elise is pretty much recovering isn't hard, but you can usually recover on her even though she's an early game jungler. She's actually quite strong, you know, extremely strong later in the game as well. So you always want to be looking for opportunities. This one is a big example that I want you to see is pick like using out of vision control. Look, so if we want to play it from Viego's point of view, I always play where you know there's no wars, play around the wall angles. This guy was unsuspecting, even though he sees Bard, I already know this is perfect cocoon position. Q combo, very easily done. I play for picks. If you can get a pick with Elise, they are dead. In places where there's no vision is extremely important. And that's really how you want to play. You want to play around that. Also, switching forms is good. Switch to cocoon form. There, I should have hit it. That was my mistake. And overall, this fight went poorly because of, you know, just not me respecting Aurora's abilities. We did end up winning that. So overall, nothing really too negative about that. Lastly, I'm going to talk to you about the last fight. And This one, honestly, not that much to say. We get the red, okay? We group up. I like to group up with the players who are strong in my team. Aatrox is strong. We play around Aatrox. He gives us a lot of reassurance of damage. Plus, we have an extra number here. So looking with the group who has, you know, abilities to help you is really important. The extra damage, the roam squad we have right here. All great important things that led to us having a successful game. Here I was careful because I don't want to face check Viego, but I went for a very long flank because I feel like Kalista is a strong point who's very immobile, and we're easily able to find the angle, hit the cocoon on Kalista, and the rest is history. This game, we got a Baron, we got everything. It was a GG, and yeah, that's all I wanted to say. I hope you guys like the review. Let me know what you think about the reviews I'm going to be doing after the games if you like this part of it. I'm always going to go over the game and cover a lot of things that I didn't really get to talk about as well in the game. So hope you guys liked the video. Be sure to like, subscribe if you haven't already. See you guys in the next one. And yeah, good luck on the games and good luck on the climb. I'll be uploading a lot more now. And yeah, I'll see you guys next.